Sambuddha Saranai. Today we are here for another Dhamma sermon to discuss about one of the most dreadful yet interesting topic that a human being can think about, which is death. Death is probably what people are most scared about, because losing someone, facing the passing of someone we love, is what most people cannot accept and cannot reflect about. But the good news is that the Lord Buddha has given us the answer of what death is about, what happens about death, how we have to face it in a neutral and clear way. Before starting this Dhamma sermon, let's pay homage to the wisest, to the most enlightened, to the most respectable one, which is Lord Buddha. And then we will reflect about the qualities of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranang gacchami, Dhammam saranang gacchami, Sangham saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddham saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranang gacchami. Now, after paying homage to the Buddha and taking refuge 3 times in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, let's reflect about the qualities of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Itipiso bhagava araham samma sambuddho vijatana sampanno sugato loke vidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati swakhato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko panayako pacchattam veditabbo vinyuhiti Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho, Ujipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho, Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho, Samichipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho, Yadidam chattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala, Esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho, Auneyo pahuneyo dakkineyo anjali karaniyo anuttaram punyaketam lokasati. This Dhamma sermon was kindly sponsored and contributed by Gotami Mananayake and Daya Gunasekara, United States, and then Gima Karunaratne and Shashika Ranavira. May we rejoice in their endless and uncountable merits, such as making the Dhamma accessible, and may we rejoice in their merits in spreading the Buddha Dhamma and support of the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. As we just said a few minutes ago, probably the topic of death is one of the most hot topic that a person can think about. When we talk about life, we cannot detach it from death. It is just the side of the same coin. if there is a life, there is unavoidably death. Whenever we breathe for the first time, we know that we are bonded to take our last breath one day. We don't know where, we don't know how, we don't know where, but still it is something that we cannot run away from. Death, is not something that is related only to the human beings. Everything, at the end of the day, has to come to an end. Whether it's our body, whether it's our thoughts, our senses, our relationships, our meetings, our friendships, everything is bonded to passing as soon as it arises. The Buddha didn't talk about death or about the passing as something negative. We tend to sometimes even think about it as something unauspicious, as something that we should avoid speaking. It's just like a secret that everyone knows. It is like everyone knows that we are going to die, but whenever we mention that, people say, this is unauspicious, don't talk about that. But still, it is the most natural thing that happens to humans, to animals, to every phenomena. In the Mahaparinibbana Sutra, we find these very simple verses that explain everything that we need to know. Anicca vata sankara uppadavaya dhammino, which means all the conditioned things are indeed subjected to impermanence, and so is they rising and passing. Even at the Buddha's times, there were people struggling with death, struggling with understanding it, struggling with accepting it, giving an explanation to that. And so there was this story that we all know, which is very touching, but at the same time very meaningful, which is the story of Kisa Gotami. We all know Kisa Gotami. She was an innocent mother whose son has passed away. You can imagine what is there bigger and stronger in the world than a mother and son bond? This almost, I would say, nothing. But she had to face the untimely passing of her own child. What came to her desperate mind was, perhaps, if I go to the Buddha and ask a miracle, he will be able to do it. He will be able to help me. So what she did was going to the Buddha and say, please, Lord Buddha, I lost my son. I don't know what else to do. Please help me. And what he said is, I'll help you. But you have a mission before I do so. And which is bring me a mustard seed from a family where no one has passed away. Then we help you out with your son. She went desperately, town to town, asking and knocking at every door, asking, please, if no one has died from your family, give me a mustard seed. But then every door that she knocked had a story. Whether it was their mother passed away, their father passed away, their son, their uncle, every family had someone who passed away. And so she failed in the mission and came back to the Lord Buddha and said, unfortunately, I cannot find anyone who doesn't have a person who didn't pass away in their family. What to do? And that was in that moment that Kisa Gotami herself had a sudden, deep understanding when the Buddha explained. Do you see? Everyone, everything, every family, every nation, every human is subject to arising and passing. So what we can do is understanding the nature of it instead of fighting it. And it was at that moment that Kisa Gotami understood. Although the passing of her son was untimely, at a certain point even cruel, because how cruel it is to see her own young son passing. It seems almost unnatural, but still it is an unavoidable factor in the life of the humans. And that's when she understood that although her son may not be found anymore, she still found her own mind and her own wisdom through the Buddhist teachings. We spend most of our time unmindfully. We eat unmindfully, we drink unmindfully, we think unmindfully, we live unmindfully. Why is that so? Because most of us didn't really catch the point that our time is quite limited. Its limit. We have already signed a contract the day that we are born, that we have to leave this world. But the problem is we don't know when. We don't know when are we going to pass away. In our sleep, accident, disease, we don't know it. Where? Are we going to die at our home? Or maybe while we are on a trip? Or maybe old age? We don't really know. We don't know how, when, where. Where are we going once we pass away? Another big question. What the Buddha has taught us is that if we do good, we are going to wholesome destinations. If we do bad, we are going to unwholesome destinations. That is for sure. This is undebatable. So knowing that death can come at any time, knowing that death doesn't send us a message before we pass, knowing all of this, why don't we spend our precious time in creating and building more good karma? Clearly knowing that we have just a very short time left Do you think that 180 years, 90 years of your life is a long time? That's not. That's quite a short span of time. So knowing, let's be positive that we live till 100 years. It is still not enough. And knowing that this time is such a short time, we should spend it in a wholesome way. By our speech, by our thoughts and our actions. So that at least at our deathbed, the very moment that we are passing away, just a few seconds before that, we can think and say and rejoice in our merits and say, I did something good. I helped people. I tried to protect people. I helped the Sangha as much as I could. I tried my best not to never offend anyone. I tried my best to protect life. I tried my best to console people when they were in distress. I spent most of my day rejoicing and remembering about Lord Buddha. These are just a few of the many beautiful things that you can do as a good merit. And then making every day of your life, every day, every moment of your existence a reason for Nibbana. The best thing that we can do is grasping every precious moment of this life and make the best out of it. Make it meritorious. Make it skillful. And this will be helpful not only to you who is watching this Dhamma sermon, but as well to the people here no more with us. As you may know, whenever we do a sermon or we do a funeral, we share our merits with the people who are not with us anymore. Why? Because after they pass away and they are not anymore in the human realm, after they are not in this realm anymore, they have no ways to perform good deeds. So instead of crying, which although it is normal but still not helpful for those who are not with us anymore, instead of losing ourselves, let's use this precious time that we have to help these people. And it is what is explained in the Tirakudha Sutra. There are, as we said, different forms that we can be reborn in. When people are born in, let's say, not that wholesome forms, such as Vedas, they have no way to perform merits. Anyone can be born, so it depends on our karma. And then when they are born in such a form, they are not able to do meritorious deeds. They stay where they used to live before dying, waiting forward to see our merits. They cannot cry, they cannot speak. They cannot tell us they need us, but they are waiting us that we perform merits in their name so that they can be liberated, so that they can gain kusala karma. But in their own form that they are now in, they can't do it, and the only way to save themselves is through us. And what if the person who we are sharing the merits with is in a wholesome realm? That's even better. They see our good deeds and they rejoice in it. They are happy, they smile about it. So either way, it is a good situation is a good result for both of us, for the people who are normal with us and both for us, because we are gaining merits and they're also getting merits and they're also rejoicing in their merits. A good deed is always helpful. It is always wholesome and healthy. Whether you do it for yourself, that's great, but the best that you can do is always keeping in mind someone who passed away, someone who is not more with us, whenever you do it. Because it helps. It doesn't cost you anything. But still, it can be a salvation for someone. It can be a reason for the one who is no more with us, that he can feel better, that she can feel better. And although she is not with you, by your side anymore, you are keeping the honor of that personal life. You are keeping the inheritance of that personal life. Not the material one, but the spiritual one. And there is not anything greater than that. This sermon has to make us understand that every moment, every second of our life is precious. It is a great luck that we have. As you may know, the last words of the Buddha before he passed away, which he told and uttered to his monks, were Vaya Dhamma Sankara Appamadena Sampadeta. Everything is subjected to decay. Strive on with the diligence, with mindfulness. So, even during the last moments of the Buddha, he needed to remind us about this reality of life. And what he said is, don't cry because things come to an end. Instead, live every moment with diligence, with mindfulness, with discipline. And it is perhaps one of the most wonderful parts of our Buddha Dharma. It's not about being desperate or losing ourselves whether something doesn't go the way we wish. It is about understanding. It is about accepting. It is about analyzing every part of our life in a systematic and realistic way. And this is what the Buddha did for us. There were no promises of salvation. There was just this clear thing. Your future, your after, is in your hand. So if you want a wholesome one, work wholesomely, live wholesomely. You have your life in your hand. So live it righteously. Think righteously for you and for the people that are by your side. Before this Dhamma sermon comes to an end, I want to share merit with a few devoted, meritorious, and skillful people. First, may the merits accrued be invoked in blessing of Daya Gunasekara on the occasion of his birthday, which was on the 6th of April, wishing him good health, long life, happiness and prosperity. Let's say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May these merits be transferred to the late Mr. Somaratna Mananayaka and to Miss Nanda Mananayaka, father and mother of Gotami Mananayaka, and grandfather and grandmother of Shashika Ranavira. May these merits be transferred to the late father of Daya Gunasekara, Mr. Karunadasa Gunasekara, to his mother Saminona Gunasekara. May these merits be transferred to the late father of Gima Karunaratna, Mr. Kamini Karunaratna, and to her mother, Miss Dilani Seneviratna. May this blessing be shared with all departed relatives and loved ones. May the most venerable Mahasangha be blessed with good health, strength, and long life. May blessing be invoked upon the staff of Met TV, and may all beings, whether in Sri Lanka or throughout the world, be blessed with peace, happiness, and well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May this Dhamma sermon not only be a Dhamma sermon that you will forget in a few hours. Let it be a call. Let it be an urgency, so that you understand how fragile this human life is, but at the same time, how powerful, how great even the smallest merit, the smallest good deed can be. Never underestimate the power of your good karma, the power of even a good thought, a good word, a good action. It can save you. It can save as well the people who are here no more. Just see the people who have contributed for this Dhamma sermon. They may not be with us as they are abroad, but still, from afar, they were lucky and perfect enough to contribute for the distribution of the Buddhist teachings. You can do that as well in any way. You can help the monks and the nuns. You can help the people who are in need. You can help even a friend who is in distress. There are endless ways to make a good merit, and there is no even one reason that stops you to do so. Even the smallest gesture, the smallest thing, the smallest deed can save you and the others. Peruan Saranai.